Hi there, my name is Narain Mathwan. I'm one of the business development leads here at Software Merchant. I'm here with Karthik Chandran, and we're going to be talking about auto layout, which is one of the many topics that we cover during our iOS training program here at Software Merchant. So Karthik, can you define auto layout for me and tell me how is it beneficial?
Auto layout, by definition, is a constraint-based layout system which helps developers create their own applications and which helps them align the application based on the view, based on the layout, or based on the device size. To go back to the question of how auto layout is beneficial, we need to take a look at how the technology was being developed. Earlier in the days, we just had the iPhone and the iPad, which basically means the two different views for the iPhone and the iPad. But due to the advent of technology, we now have phones with different sizes. Creating a particular view for each and every individual phone is a huge waste of time and resources. Auto layout helps developers in that aspect, wherein you create a particular view for a phone and set in some constraints, and the application resizes itself automatically based on the device size.
So when it comes to the device, is auto layout different for the iPad versus the iPhone?
No, not actually. It doesn't depend on whether the device is an iPad or an iPhone. The constraint set itself automatically to the edges of the screen, and the application resizes itself.
Can you show us an example of auto layout being used?
Yeah, definitely. I could show you a sample of the scientific calculator which I built in.
Here I'm going to show you how to make a UI for a calculator using Xcode. The way I'm going about doing this is by dividing the screen into two views, one for the numeric display and the other for the numeric pad. So let's go about and start the UI by selecting the UI view option from the objects. I'm going to place the UI view somewhere over the screen and then constrain it to the top of the screen area. Now I'm going to constrain this view to the top of the safe area view. Now, uh, now I'm going to Now I'm going to set the height of the view as equal to the safe area view and then constrain this view to the top of the safe area view by selecting the constraints menu pane option and selecting the distance as 0, and I'll set the constraints, and here you go, you have the display view. So right now the display view is equal to the safe area of the view, but we just need it to be in the top of the screen, half of the screen. You do that by selecting the view and then selecting the equal height to safe area option and setting the proportionality as 0.25 so that it's just 25% of the total safe area of the view. You can have a clear idea by setting the background to a different color. I often do that when I'm using multiple views so that it gives me a better idea of where the view is and how the view is present.